This is the dumbest controversy yet about Saquon Barkley leaving the New York Giants. And that includes whatever the heck Tiki Barber's been saying over the past week, which is saying a lot. Welcome everybody to JG9 News, where we talk all things NFL all the time. I'm Joe and I representing the 904 from the 602. And today, we are talking about this team behind me right here, the New York Football Giants. For those who don't know, they lost Saquon Barkley in free agency, their running back ever since 2018, lost him to the division rival Philadelphia Eagles for a 3-year, $39 million deal. The Giants could not match that deal, so they look elsewhere in the running back market, and they decide to get Houston Texans running back Devin Singletary, coming off of a very good season in Houston, has a pretty solid career dating back to his time in Buffalo. And now Devin Singletary, the new running back on the New York Giants. So, his first impression in New York. What's he going to do? What's he going to be? Well, he has to pick his jersey number, has to pick what number he's going to wear and what number is going to be on his uniform for people to buy. And he ends up choosing the number 26 jersey, as in the same number that Saquon Barkley wore in New York for the last 6 years. Take a listen to what Singletary had to say about why he chose the number 26 jersey.
I mean, obviously you want to be you. You wear 26?
Yeah, wearing 26. You know, I had 26 since I came into the league, that's the number I'm sticking with.
So Devin Singletary's justification for picking the number 26 jersey is that he's worn the number for his entire NFL career, worn in Buffalo, worn in Houston. That's the number that he wears. That's the number that's a part of him. That's how he identifies. And he's going to wear 26 in New York, just as he has everywhere else. Now, in theory, this should be a non-story. In theory, this should be a complete non-story, and no one should have any issue with this whatsoever. But, oh man, when I tell you, Giants fans are outraged about this. Some Giants fans are outraged about this. The fact that Saquon Barkley wore the number 26 jersey for the last 6 years in New York, a great player with the Giants, and now Singletary wears the number right away. While the body is still worn for all intents and purposes, there's going to be no gap in between the 26. Some saying the number should have been retired, never should have been worn again. And to those people, I say this is a complete non-story, a complete non-controversy. What the heck are you talking about? Devin Singletary has every right to wear the number 26 jersey. He can wear it for whatever reason he wants. If he wants to wear it because it looks cool, he wants to wear it because it's the number he's worn his whole career. If he wants to wear it, just stick it to Barkley. He has every justification, every right to wear that jersey. Because here's a few things. Number one, there's not a lot of numbers available on the Giants as it is. It's a 90-man roster to start the season off. You have 13 numbers already retired for 14 players. Y.A. Tittle and Wardcuff each have the number 14 jersey retired in their honor. So already some guys are going to have to double up. So there's not a lot of numbers as it is for the Giants to choose from. Look at teams like the Chicago Bears, who actually have too many numbers retired. They can't retire another jersey again unless they unretire a certain jersey. On top of that, you really think they're going to retire Saquon Barkley's number? You really think Saquon freaking Barkley deserves to have his number retired in New York? No one's denying that he was a great player with the Giants. No one's denying that. This is not a knock on him. This is not a knock on his skills. This is not a knock on his decision to leave the Giants to go to the Philadelphia Eagles. But look at the numbers. 5,200 rushing yards, 35 touchdowns, 1 playoff win, no championships, no All-Pros, no division titles, 6 seasons with the team. If you think that warrants a jersey number retirement, I don't know what to tell you. I honestly don't know what to tell you. Look at all the guys in Giants history that don't have their numbers retired. In fact, if you say that Singletary wearing 26 is insulting because Saquon should have his number retired, you're disrespecting Giants history. Look at all the guys in Giants history to not have their number retired. Harry Carson, one of the best linebackers in NFL history, period. 13 seasons with the Giants, made 9 Pro Bowls with the team, won a Super Bowl. He's in the Hall of Fame. His number 53 jersey has been worn many times since he retired. We had to give it to guys like Deontay Skinner and Greg Jones. I love Greg Jones, great fullback with Jacksonville, but, I mean, come on. Harry Carson, you can make an argument his jersey deserves to be retired, at the very least, way before Saquon Barkley. Carl Banks, 9 seasons with the Giants, 2 Super Bowls, great linebacker, has a case at the Hall of Fame. They reissue that number right away. Banks left the team after 1992. That number 58 jersey was given out in 1994. George Martin, he played for the Giants from 1975 to 88. 96 sacks. He had that critical safety at Super Bowl 21. The Giants might not win that game if not for that safety. Played in 201 games with the team, the most in franchise history at the time, and some of those seasons were a 14-game season. Saquon played half his career in a 17-game season, and Martin played about triple the games that Barkley did. That 75 jersey, that was issued right away to Mark Duckins. Remember him? You probably don't, but he wore the 75 jersey after George Martin. What about Emlyn Tuttle? 11 seasons with the Giants, 8 Pro Bowls with the team, 4 first-team All-Pros with them, 2 second-team All-Pros. He's on the All-1950s team, made the Hall of Fame on the first ballot. I have no clue how his jersey is retired, but the number 45 jersey is not retired and has been issued many times since. And Rosie Brown, 13 seasons with the Giants, 162 games played, 9 Pro Bowls, 6 first-team All-Pros. He's on the All-1950s team. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's one of the best tackles of his era. That number 79 jersey is not retired. The Giants issued it 1 year later to Bruce Anderson and guys like Bob Jones, George Thornton, Jordan Williams, Mike Gibbons, and Guy Wimper. I remember him in Jacksonville. He was a terrible tackle. But that number 79 jersey has been issued after Rosie Brown retired, and you can make a case that he deserves his number 79 retired. You're really going to make the argument that Saquon Barkley deserves the number 26 retired and should be taken out of circulation for a bit? Come on. What did he do with the Giants? Again, I'm not denying that Barkley was a great player, but what did he honestly do with the Giants that warrants a jersey number to be retired or out of circulation, especially when guys like Carson, Tunnel, and Brown don't have their numbers retired, and especially with all the guys who have their number retired on the Giants as it is? This is not a situation like the 99 jersey in Houston when Danielle Hunter signed with the Texans. If he wanted to wear 99, okay, there's understandable outrage if that happened, because obviously that's J.J. Watt's number, and Hunter even said as much. I'm going to start my own legacy here. I'm not going to wear 99. That's J.J. Watt's number. But Watt's a Hall of Famer. Watt's one of the top 5, top 10 defensive ends of all time. The things he's done for the Houston community, especially in the wake of the hurricane in 2017, that is different. Saquon Barkley, no, not a chance in the world. In fact, not a single franchise in the NFL of the 32 would retire Saquon's number. Not a single one. Any franchise that would looks like a joke and looks like they're manufacturing history. Let alone a team like the Giants that's been around for over 100 years, has won quite a few NFL championships, won 4 Super Bowls. I got 3 of them behind me right here, and they made a 5th, Super Bowl 35. I don't think Giants fans like talking about that one. But all the history on that team, you're telling me Saquon Barkley has done enough to warrant a jersey retirement? Because here's the thing, he's not even the best Giant to wear the number 26. You could make the argument that Barkley doesn't even own the number. He's not even the best Giant to wear that jersey. Some people would argue, and rightfully so, Antrell Roll, 2 Super Bowls, 2 second-team All-Pros. That's 2 more All-Pro nominations than Barkley ever got. He won a Super Bowl. He started more games than Barkley did. People associate 26 with Roll more than Barkley, according to some Giants fans. So Barkley doesn't even own the number. I can think of about 20 Giants who deserve their jersey retired over Saquon, aside from the guys I mentioned. Otis Anderson, Homer Jones, Brad Van Pelt, although the number 10 jersey was what he wore. That was eventually retired by Eli Manning. It should have been a joint retirement if you ask me, like how the Lions triple retired 20 with Len Barney, Billy Sims, and Barry Sanders, although that's neither here nor there. But still, you get the idea. Devin Singletary, he wants to wear 26 because that's the number he's worn his whole career. He has every right to do that. That is his prerogative. If you're saying that the number should be out of circulation because Saquon Barkley wore that number and he was a great player and he should have his jersey retired, stop it. Stop it. In fact, if you're making that argument, it shows just how far the Giants have fallen and how much of a laughingstock they've been over the last decade. When you have that little history in the last decade and have that little to show for everything you've done, that Saquon Barkley deserves his jersey retired. Like, what are we doing here? What are we honestly doing here? Devin Singletary, the new number 26 in the backfield. So if you're a Giants fan and you're going to say to yourself, well, it's a bit weird that 26 won't be our starting running back, you don't have to worry anymore. Devin Singletary has taken over that jersey, and he has every right to do so. Again, no disrespect to Saquon Barkley, but if you're saying that he doesn't deserve 26 because, jersey retirement and all that, stop it. Just stop. But what are your thoughts on Devin Singletary choosing the number 26 jersey? Do you like the move? Do you not like the move? Do you think it should be taken out of retirement? Do you think it should be taken out of circulation, if only for a bit? What are your memories of Barkley as a Giant? On top of that, are there any Giants that you think should have their jersey retired? Probably not Saquon, but what are your thoughts on Tuttle, on Brown, on Carlson, on Banks, on anyone, really? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That's going to do for this episode of JG9 News. Be sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And be sure to check out my main channel, JaguarGator9, where we talk all things NFL history all the time. Until next time, this is JaguarGator9 signing off. And as always, go Jags.